Hello guys, and welcome back to our video, guys. Welcome back to Market Crashers. So guys, if so guys, please click on the thumbs up button and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be dropping more trading videos like this every week. Each and every Sunday we'll be dropping a pre-market analysis. So we are looking at the moment today we are going to be looking at USD CAD. USD CAD, we will be looking for swing opportunities, right? So the first thing is before you get into any market, right, guys, you must determine the direction of the market. You must determine the direction of the market. So as you can see, guys, here we have it was a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We then have a higher high, higher low, and then we then have this high high which failed to break this. We failed to break this high high at the top here, and then we then went created this lower low, lower high, and then we broke this structure. We broke this structure, right? We broke this structure, right? So we broke this structure. So let me just fix my my pen here. Uh, so we broke this structure, right? We broke this structure. So what are we looking at when we are looking at USD CAD? So as you can see, the trend was an uptrend. We have here, it was a higher high. We then had this higher low. We then had this higher high, and then higher low, higher high, higher low, and then had this high high which failed to break this high high at the top there. So what are we looking at? As you can see here, we then went here, we created this lower low and then lower high. So this means that the direction of the market has changed. We are now in a downtrend, right? We are now in a downtrend. So what are we looking for? So now we are looking at we are looking for selling opportunities, right? So to support this, as you can see here, we have this supply zone here. We have this supply zone at the top there. As you can see, this supply zone, when the market was in an uptrend, when the market was in an uptrend, as you can see, the market was in an uptrend. We see that this supply zone was rejected. There is a clear rejection here. We have a bearish pin bar at the top there, which was a reversal sign. Now this is now telling us that we are now in a downtrend. The other way you can look at it, why are we in a downtrend? You can see that this higher high at the top there failed to break this high high at here, and then we then went and we created this lower low, and then a lower high, and then we are now in a downtrend. So we are now looking for selling opportunities, but where are we going to get our selling opportunities, right? So as you can see, guys, if you are a supply and demand trader, we use supply and demand. That's our strategy. If you are a supply and demand trader, you can see that here you can see that we have this supply zone at the top here. We have this. The market gave us this supply zone here. As you can see, also the market also broke this structure. The market broke this structure, right? The market broke this structure. I'm going to label it BMS, which simply means that break of market structure, right? The market this structure. The market broke this structure, right? The market broke this structure. As you can see, as I was talking when I was explaining, as you can see, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then a lower low, and then a lower high. We then broke this structure. We broke this higher low here. We broke this higher low. Simply now what this means is the market is now simply telling us that we are now in a downtrend, right? We are now in a downtrend since we broke that previous higher low, right? So what does this mean? what is responsible for breaking that higher low. As you can see here, we have this supply zone here I have covered. We have this nice supply zone here, is the one that broke this structure, here. As you can see, the momentum of the candles when it left here, you can see here there is a lot of bearish momentum as it left here. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for is we are waiting for price to come back and retest this supply zone at the top. We are waiting for the market to come back, retest this supply zone at the top, and then we continue to the downside, right? We continue to the downside. So we do not enter our trades using the daily time frame. We enter using lower time frames, right? So let us go to the 4-hour time frame, right? We go up to the 4-hour time frame. So what are we looking at this region? So what we'll be looking at is we'll be looking for a reversal pattern that will be a double top pattern, maybe a double top pattern. We are looking for maybe a double top pattern at the top there. Also, we'll be looking for a rejection candlestick. We'll be looking for a reversal candlestick pattern. So when I mean a reversal candlestick pattern, we'll be looking for a bearish engulfing, a bearish pin bar, or a doji candlestick at this zone. That will be our trigger for us to execute this trade, right? That will be our trigger for us to execute this trade, right? So that's what we are looking at that's what we are looking at USD card, right? We are looking for selling opportunities on USD card. So from this point, so our take profit, our first take profit, so this is a nice trade. We have a risk to reward ratio of 1:7, right? We have a risk to reward ratio is to 1:7. So our first take profit will be this lower low here. This will be our first take profit, this lower low here, and then our second take profit will be this previous lower low here at the bottom. So that will be 549 pips. So our first take profit will be something like 305 pips. So that's what we are looking at when we are looking at USD card, right? So our next pair that we are going to look at, we are going to look at GBP AUD, right? We are going to be looking at GBP AUD. So what are we looking at GBP AUD here? As you can see on GBP AUD, we have this demand zone here. We have this demand zone here. As you can see, when price reached this demand zone here, it left this demand zone with a lot of momentum, right? It left this demand zone with a lot of momentum. So what are we looking at here at lower time frames? So if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see that when looking at GBP AUD, you can see that we're in a clear downtrend, right? We're in a clear downtrend. As you can see, we're in a clear downtrend, right? This was a downtrending market. As you can see, we have a lower high here. We have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we have a higher high here at the top there. We now have a higher high. So what does this tell us? This tells us that this market was in a downtrending market, right? This market was in a downtrending market. We have this lower low here. This market was in a downtrending market, but when we reached this demand zone, we broke the previous lower high, forming a higher high. As you can see, we have this previous lower high forming a higher high. So what does this tell us? This tells us that we have broken the previous market structure, right? As you can see, we have broken the previous market structure here. We have broken the previous market structure. which demand zone is responsible for breaking the market structure. As you can see here, this demand zone, this demand zone, this demand zone is responsible for breaking the previous market structure, right? As you can see, this demand zone is responsible for breaking the previous market structure, as you can see. So what are we looking at GBP AUD? Since we're in a downtrending market, the market structure is shifted. We are now in an uptrending market. So what we are looking at now is we are looking for buying opportunities, right? We are looking for what? We are looking for buying opportunities. So here we are waiting for the market to come back, retest this demand zone, and then we wait for a reversal candlestick pattern, or we wait for a reversal pattern in lower time frames. That is the H1 time frame and the M15 time frame, right? So here our first take profit will be this high at the top there, this high at the top there, which is something like 270 pips. You'll be risking something like 39 pips for 270 pips. That is a risk reward ratio of almost 1:7. The next take profit will be this region here. The next take profit will be this region here. 475 pips. Will be aiming for this previous lower high at the top there. That's what we are looking for, right? That's what we are looking for on GBP AUD. Let's then shift on to Euro AUD, right? Let's then shift on to Euro AUD. Okay, guys, on Euro AUD, the setup is almost similar. The setup is almost similar to GBP AUD. So what are we looking at, right? Since we start looking for the market's direction in the daily time frame, right? In the daily time frame. Okay, guys, as you can see here, the market was in a downtrend, right? The market was in a downtrend. As you can see, we have this demand zone here. We have this demand zone. We have this nice demand zone here. So to see why is it a valid demand zone, we can see by the momentum at which this candlestick, the momentum at which the price left at this zone. You can see this. The market pushed aggressively when it left this region. So what are we looking at? Now we are looking at buying opportunities. Since we are leaving a demand zone, we are now looking at buying opportunities, right? Let's go on to the 4-hour time frame, right? As you can see onto the 4-hour time frame, if I draw my trend line here, if I draw my trend line, we can see that the market was in a downtrend. This is a nice and clear downtrend, right? This is a nice and clear downtrend. This is a nice and clear downtrending market, right? A nice and clear downtrending market, as you can see. Nice and clear downtrending market. As you can see, this is a nice and clear downtrending market. Here we have this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. The market then broke this previous lower high. It broke this previous lower high. So the market broke this structure, right? Whenever the market breaks structure, we expect a retest. Okay. Whenever the market breaks structure, we expect a retest. So that means that there is a demand zone that is responsible for breaking this structure. In this instance, we can see here. We have this nice order block here. We have this nice order block. Here. Let me just get rid of this. We have this nice order block here. Here we have this nice order block. This bearish candle here. We have this nice order block. This nice order block is responsible for breaking this structure, right? It's responsible for breaking this previous lower high. It's responsible for breaking this previous lower high. So what are we expecting? So we are expecting the market. We are expecting the market to come back retest this broken. We're expecting the market to come back and retest. Sorry. So we are expecting the market to come back, retest this order block here. The market to come back, retest this order block, and then continue to push to the upside. So on this order block here, we'll be looking for a bullish reversal pattern, a bullish reversal candlestick pattern. So here, this we are looking for this. We are looking for this nice reversal to the order block, and then our take profit will be somewhere here. As you can see also, guys, this is a nice descending channel, right? This is a nice this is a falling wedge reversal pattern. This is another confluence. We have a falling wedge reversal pattern. The market broke structure, indicating that we are now we are now in an uptrending market. And also you can see that the market will be retesting this order block and also retesting this broken trend line. So we have a nice confluence there. So that means our stop loss will be something like 48 pips, risking our reward will be something like 410 pips. So that means it's a risk to reward ratio of 1:8. So guys, I hope this video will help you to analyze the financial market. So if you found this video helpful, guys, please make sure you click the thumbs up button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be dropping these educational videos each and every week. So make sure you subscribe that you don't miss out. Cheers, guys.